Hey guys, this is for mod 120, week 2. I'm going to go over percents. But the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about or go over the first 4 SurveyMonkey questions. I promised a couple people I would do that. So the first 4 SurveyMonkey questions. Well, before I go into that, let's talk about what percent means. The word per and then cent. Cent is as in centennial, means 100. So it means per 100. So if you have 20%, it means 20 per 100. Okay? So if you have 100 apples, 20 of them are green, your 20% of your apples are green apples. So that's what percent means. In fact, what our little symbol here actually means, this is the 1 and these are the 2 zeros. So it's just a quick way of saying per 100. Okay, with that said, it's easy to understand what it means. So when the first question says convert 0.96 into a percent. So whenever you see a fraction, again, we'll take that 20%. That's the same thing as saying 20 over 100. Or 0.20 hundredths. So when you say 96.96, it's the same thing as taking this and bringing it over here and going like that. So this is the same as saying 96%. So number 1 is 96%. 0.96 is like the same thing as saying 96 hundredths, which is the same as saying 96%. Okay? That one is easy one. All right, the next one says convert 4% to a decimal. Okay? Well, remember, what does 4% mean? It means 4 over 100. So if we're going to convert it to a decimal, we have to convert it to less than 1, 4 out of 100. So we're going to put it 4 hundredths. This is the tenths spot. This is the hundredth spot. Remember last week the book talked about that? So converting it to a decimal would be 0.04. Okay. All right, so now let's get to the good ones. Number 3 wants to know what is 60% of 567. Okay. What is 60% of 567? Well, let's look at what information we have. We do have the percent. So we know that 60% is the same thing as saying 60 over 100. What we don't have is the part of 567. So I'm going to put 567 down here, and the missing information is up here, the part. So what this is saying is 60 over 100 is the same as saying x over 567. So how do we calculate this? How do we find out what the answer is? Well, whenever you have this formula, there's 2 processes you do. You cross multiply whatever numbers cross each other. So what 2 numbers cross each other? The 60 and the 567. So we're going to multiply those together. Multiply the 2 numbers that cross each other. 60 times 567. And then divide by the remaining number. What's left is that 100. So we're going to divide by 100 equals. So the answer is 340.20 is 60% of 567. So the answer is 340.20. So again, whatever information is missing, whatever two numbers cross each other, you multiply and then you divide by the remaining number. Okay, so let's try another one. So this was number 3, by the way. Let's try another one. They want to know, number 4, 23 is what percent of 443? So we have the part and we have the whole. They want to know what percent is this. So what's missing, we know there's a percent. So we're going to put our 100 down here. But what's missing is what percent? Okay? So what two numbers cross each other? The 23 and the 100. So we're going to take the 23 times 100, right? Don't really have to do that on a calculator. Just add 2 zeros to it. 2,300, right? And then what do? What's the second part? You divide by the remaining number. Divide by that 443. So 2,300 divided by 443 equals, it's 5.19, and actually 18735 blah 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 blah. But we're not gonna do that. We're gonna go down 2 spaces past the decimal. So 5.191. We'll just get rid of all of that, and so it's 5.19%. Okay? Whatever numbers cross each other, then divide by what's remaining. Okay? Alright, so that was number 4. Alright, we're going to go off the grid now, and I'm going to just do a couple calculations for you to show you how to do more percents. So let's say, for instance, I had $60 in my pocket, and I had to pay 8.5% tax on it. Okay? So I have to pay 8.5% tax of $60. So I got to figure out what's missing. The whole is the $60, right? The missing is the part of that $60. The percent is there, 8.5 over 100. So what two numbers, we don't need these because we're not going to use these zeros. What two numbers cross each other? 60 and 8.5. So, clear that. 60 times, don't forget your decimal, 8.5 equals 510. And then you divide that by what's the number remaining? 100. Divide that by 100. So 5.1. So $5.10 really is what you're going to end up paying on $60 if you're paying 8.5% tax. Okay? Let's do another one. All right. Nancy has $300. She found out that $300 was 30% of what she should have received. She wants to know what she should have received. Okay? So what information is missing? Well, in this case, the 300 is the part. Okay? So 300 is the part. 30% is there. 30 over 100. The whole is missing. So what two numbers cross each other? 30 and 100. 30 times 100. Don't need your calculator for that. 3,000, right? And you divide by what's left. 30. Did I say 30? I said 300 times 100. 300 times 100. 30,000. Thank you. Divide by what's left. Divide by 30. See, I caught that. $1,000. So she should have received $1,000 instead of that 300. Okay? So that's, no matter what information is missing, in this formula, whether it's the whole is missing or the part or the percent is missing. You can calculate it based using this formula. Cross multiply, divide by the number that's remaining. I'll do another one. All right, let's do a payroll. All right, John got paid $1,200. Okay. He has to pay 12% federal tax and 8% Social Security. Okay. So we have to figure out what he's going to pay in federal tax and Social Security. So there's a couple of things we're going to need to do here. So $1,200 is the whole, and we're missing the part. 1,200 equals, let's do the 12% first, 12 over 100. Cross multiply times 12 equals 14,400, and then divide by 100. So $144 he's going to pay in federal tax, because that's 12% of 1,200. Okay? Now we need to figure out the Social Security. So that is 8%. Okay? Same thing. Cross multiply. 1,200 times 8 equals 9,600. Divide by 100. So he's going to pay $96 in Social Security. All right. So now let's see, how much is he going to take home? This is his gross. We'll do more payroll a little bit later. What is his net? How much is he going to take home? Now we're not going to figure out all those other taxes. Let's say we're in a world where he only pays these two taxes. Okay? So he's going to pay $144 in federal tax and $96 in Social Security. So again, we'll just add those together. 144 plus 96 equals. So he's going to pay a total of $240. Subtract that from the 1,200. 1,200 minus 240 equals. He's going to bring home $960. That sounds about right. Okay, poor guy who grosses $1,200 a paycheck, he probably brings home $960 of it or less. Okay, so again, formula, whatever information you have, whatever numbers cross each other, you multiply. Whatever number is left, you divide by. And that gives you the answer. It's a simple formula. I learned this in 5th grade, and it helped me a lot, because math was not a strong suit for me, but I had a good teacher who had showed me some good shortcuts. So that's it for tonight. I just wanted to show you a few of those that I gave you. We went over 4 SurveyMonkey questions, so those 4 should be done tonight. Go ahead and do those tonight or tomorrow morning. Okay? Tomorrow I'll have those 4 done, and then we'll go over some more tomorrow. Okay? Bye-bye.